Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a good day, night, whatever time of day you're watching this video. Now, this is an interesting topic that I am really excited to cover actually. Today we're talking about Loud House. You know that one show on Nickelodeon that got really popular in like 2016? Which then sparked one of the most degenerate fandoms I've ever seen in my life. And then the creator was revealed to be a pervert. Then it went on to get like 2 movies and then 1 live action movie, and then it went on to get a live action TV show based off the live action movie. Yeah, that Loud House, that's what we're talking about today. But more particularly, we're going to be talking about a certain episode within the show, and that episode is No Such Luck, the most hated Loud House episode ever made. This episode went on to inspire so many of these like fucking sad Loud House AUs and all these Loud House No Such Luck fanfictions, which is shortened to NSL just for short. But let's slow down a little bit. You're probably confused as to what Loud House actually is if you've never seen it before, so allow me to tell you. Loud House is about a little boy named Lincoln. He is 12 years old and he has 10 sisters, specifically 5 older sisters and 5 younger sisters. And the whole show is basically just like a slice of life thing, like they're just going about their everyday adventures basically. But it's not nothing really special. It's just like a decent like turn your brain off kind of show. But it did get really popular among kids and adults alike. And of course, when you bring adults into shows that are primarily aimed towards kids, you're gonna get some everlasting consequences. Trust me, I've been through it. I have PTSD just thinking about it. No, seriously, every time I think about this fucking fandom, I get the fucking 1,000-yard stare. You know that war meme with the soldier looking off into the distance? Yeah, that's literally me every time I think about this goddamn fandom. But now you know what the show is about, let me give you a quick breakdown on the episode No Such Luck. The whole concept of the episode is quite simple actually. The episode is basically about Lincoln wanting to avoid his sisters because they're like doing all these activities and he wants to like skip out on all that. So Lincoln tries to like skip out on all that until he's approached by one of his older sisters called Lynn, who is basically like the sporty sister, the sporty one of the family. So she plays a lot of sports and all that, and she has a softball game, which is basically baseball. I don't know, I don't get involved with American sports. But anyway, after some consideration, Lincoln begrudgingly goes along to Lynn's ball game, and this is where the plot of the episode really kicks off, because Lynn actually ends up losing this softball game and blames Lincoln for it because apparently she was doing so well with the games up until Lincoln came along, which then leads to the family thinking he's bad luck as well. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with the Loud House or this episode in particular, you're probably thinking, well, that doesn't sound too bad. I mean, like, I don't think that deserves the hate. It just sounds like a silly concept for a silly little show. And if that was all there is to it, then that'd probably be true. But, yeah, this episode just doesn't really portray the Loud family in a very positive light, let's just say that. For some reason, this superstition of hers leads the family to basically neglecting Lincoln. Like, they separate him from the family, have him skip out on like family activities like going to the cinema, and they even went as far as to lock him out of their house, leaving him to sleep on the cold grass in the cold night. Which, I'm sorry, at that point it's just straight up child abuse. I don't think the writers of the show meant for it to be taken that way, but that's how it was taken. Like, to them, this was probably just like a silly little thing, like, oh, look at this. They believe that he's bad luck so much that they go to all these extreme measures. Ha ha ha, isn't that funny? That's just like not not a good thing to do to your kid, no matter what the reason you have for locking them out. Like, unless they're a drug dealer or something like that, then I don't see any other reason for you fucking locking your kid out like that. Like, Lincoln is still 12, like, he's still a child and needs, like, to actually be taken care of. But the writers, like, fucking dumb down the parents to, like, astonishingly low levels to just, like, believe this whole superstition and, like, go to the extent of fucking abusing him to, like, keep him out. Now, Lincoln can be a little shit sometimes in the show, but in this situation, that's just like, he doesn't deserve that, man. He deserves better. So now you know why the episode is hated. It was hated because people didn't take the whole concept of Lincoln being locked out of the house and abused very well. So yeah, you can probably understand why this episode isn't the most popular right now. Now, I could go on about this episode talking about how it's wrong and how, like, this episode was terribly written and all that, but that's a whole nother video in itself, which I'm probably not going to make a video of since this topic has already been talked down to death. Like, last time I even heard of this whole no such luck thing was in, like, 2018, 2019, so yeah, it's all dead and buried now. People have talked about it already. But we're not here to talk about the episode. We're here to talk about the fanfictions that sparked from this particular episode. Ah, fanfictions. Good old fanfictions. A place where you can write a story about your favorite piece of media, maybe write an alternate ending to it, or an alternate story. You can do whatever you want within the realm of fanfictions. And these fanfictions can be pretty damn good to pretty damn awful and cringy, which I'd say we got like a really nice blend of today when we're going to be looking at these fanfictions. So, without further ado, let's not waste any more time and let's talk about some of these no such luck fanfictions. Now, how this is going to work is basically I'm going to go through and find as many no such luck fanfictions as I can and basically talk about them. Like, talk about their plot and the overall story and how well written it is. I got my phone up right now and I got a list of no such luck fanfictions on the Wattpad website. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about them. But before that, a quick disclaimer, please don't go out of your way to attack or bully any of the people mentioned in this video. I know some of these fanfictions are going to be weird or cringy, but please do not go out of your way to attack anyone just because you don't like a fanfiction. But anyway, now let's actually get into the video. Let's talk about the fanfictions. Okay, so our first fanfiction we got is, this is a bit of a doozy here. Need for Speed, No Such Luck. A Loud House x Need for Speed crossover. Honestly, I cannot remember the last time I saw Need for Speed, so I don't remember shit about that movie. But, yeah, this one's a bit of a strange one. I mean, at least it's somewhat realistic. Like, it's crossing over a movie about racing, so let's just see what the bio says. Bio says, after Lincoln survived a near-death experience by the hands of his family, who believe that he's bad luck, Lincoln must win a racing competition known as The Run. The winner gets $5 million. Will Lincoln win, or will his family drag him down to the bottom of the ladder? Okay, this is interesting. I don't really see how Lincoln can go from a situation where his family's being abusive to a fucking racing competition, but okay. I mean, I'm sure it's explained in the story. Before you ask, no, I'm not gonna bother to read any part of the story except maybe like the intros, I don't know, but still, this is just, how does the No Such Luck go into Need for Speed? Like, well, what's the logic here? Okay, just based off the first page of this fanfiction alone, The family is literally planning to kill Lincoln. Like I said, I'm not going to read anything, so I will just put screenshots on for you to read yourself. But this first page is literally them trying to kill Lincoln. So yeah, the near-death experience was Lincoln almost being crushed to death in a fucking car crusher. What? And just skimming through some of these chapters, the writing is just like very rushed. Like, it's not really that descriptive. It's like, I quickly just skimmed through all the chapters just to see if the writing improves over time, but no, it's the same kind of writing style. Oh, and just so you know, most of the fanfictions we're going to be listing off here are like crossovers with other shows and other movies and TV shows like that, and video games. Yeah, basically most of these fanfictions consist of Lincoln ending up in like a video game universe or another movie universe for some odd reason. Which, speaking of crossovers, here's one for you: The Loud House, the Blue Flame. This is, get this, a Loud House x My Hero Academia crossover. Let's take a look at the bio really quick. Lincoln Loud, the only son of the Loud House with his 10 sisters. It is a little chaotic, but everything changes due to the bad luck incident. It all started with his sister Lynn Loud losing her game. She started to think Lincoln was bad luck magnetic. What the fuck does that even mean? So she told her family about it. Everyone started to keep looking outside. He was so confused and upset, As to why it all happened, he walked to the woods to clear his head. He screamed in anger and sadness, and this is when his life will be changed forever. What will happen to Lincoln when he finds out about his power? Let's find out, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my Lord Almighty, that was a mouthful. Okay, so I just skimmed through this fanfiction. This is basically like Darby's backstory. Y'all know Darby from My Hero Academia? Yeah, this is basically Lincoln becomes fucking Darby. Just out of nowhere. Like, what? How the hell does that even compute? Where did this even come from? So, from what I know about Darby from MHA is that he basically almost burned himself alive with his own quirk. And that is basically like word for word, bar for bar, what happens to Lincoln in this fanfiction. All the way to him like waking up from a coma in the hospital, and like, yeah, that whole scene with like Darby realizing, holy shit, I've just been in a coma for like about 10 years. Yeah, I haven't really gone to that part on the anime yet, but that is basically like what people have told me about his backstory on like YouTube shorts and all that. To give this fanfiction some credit, it is a lot more descriptive than the last one. Unlike the last person who just rushed the chapters along, this one actually takes the time to like describe what's going on, like big, full, lengthy paragraphs, which I really like. But anyway, that was the Loud House, the Blue Flame, so let's go ahead and move on to another one. Okay, here's another one. This one is called Numerous Problems. Now, this story is actually quite simple. No crazy crossovers, no crazy shit like that happening. The bio reads, it has been 7 months since the Luck incident happened, when Clyde, Lincoln's only remaining friend, betrayed the boy eventually. He decided to run away and leave everything behind. Honestly, that bio did all the story reading for me, so I'm just gonna move on to the writing. The writing in this one is basically the same as the first fanfiction we spoke about, but slightly better. Anyway, moving on. The next fanfiction is called A Loud Butterfly. I don't really think butterflies are known for being loud, but okay. This is a crossover between The Loud House and Starvus, The Forces of Evil, which is a show I've only literally seen one episode of, so I don't really know much about that show. The bio reads Lincoln Loud, the man with the plan, the peacekeeper, and a butterfly? Yes, in this story, learn about the long-lost prince brother of Star Butterfly, and only magic butterfly to show having the abilities of magic. So Lincoln is the long-lost brother of Star in this story. Okay, that's cool, I suppose. The story also tells of one sister of the Louds who wants Lincoln gone for good, to take his new kingdom and rule it with an iron fist, but with Lincoln, Star, Marco, and more, it will be Lincoln versus the forces of evil. And also, this is another trend with the Loud House NSL fanfictions. I'm pretty sure you can all guess who this one sister that wants Lincoln gone for good is. Yeah, most of these fanfictions have a habit of like demonizing Lynn and basically turning her into this big unforgivable monster. I mean, I get she can be a bit of an unlikable character in the show, but like this is just like they make her act so comically evil in most of these fanfictions. But anyway, how's the writing on this fanfiction? Let's just take a look. See.
Godfather.
No paragraphs. Again, like, no paragraphs. How do you miss this? Like, this is literally the first thing they teach you in English. And once again, I skimmed through to see if the writing style may be improved, but no, it didn't improve whatsoever in the slightest. Okay, but let's just move on. Okay. Next one, we have The Curse of Luck. Once again, this is another original story and not a crossover of any kind, so some points for that. The bio reads, this is a story that tells how the life of a young white-haired boy changes in a way that nobody would have imagined because of the superstition of luck. No matter if luck was bad or good, he was rejected by the family and seen as a disposable object, Jesus Christ, for his convenience until one day Lincoln decided to end this curse with a desperate escape without fear of the price of it. What kind of escape will it be? Will it succeed, or will he still be cursed with luck? I love how all these descriptions try so hard to be like so dramatic. The writing on this one isn't really too bad. Something about the first chapter really confused me because it mentioned the Afton family. You know, like the Afton family from Five Nights at Freddy's, but it's not a Five Nights at Freddy's crossover. So, like, yeah, that just kind of threw me off guard a little bit. Yeah, it doesn't say anywhere that it's a Five Nights at Freddy's crossover. Like, I've skimmed through the chapters thinking, hang on, is there gonna be like a mention of like Five Nights at Freddy's in this? But no. Like, I honestly don't know what the Afton family is doing there. One of the characters is literally called Alfred Maximilian Afton. But yeah, we're just gonna move on. Okay, this next one is called Lincoln the Collector. I have no idea who that person in the cover is. Looks like it's from a movie or something. Bio reads, Lincoln Loud was kicked out of the house. He then started being a collector. After saving 2 zombie girls, where did the zombie girls come from? I have no fucking idea. They travel to a hidden land called the Time Rift Fields. Will he and his new friends get through this new adventure, or will they be caught? Caught by what? What? How does Lincoln go from being locked out of his house to being a collector? What the hell? A collector of what? Yeah, I looked at the tags. There doesn't seem to be another crossover of any kind. So yeah, I think this is another original story. A very crazy and original story, but still an original story. Okay, so the writing is, well, it's decent, I suppose. It's descriptive, it's paragraphed. The only problem with it is that the chapters are way too damn short. But yeah, that was Lincoln the Collector, so I'm gonna do one more fanfiction and then I'm gonna call the video here. And the last one we have for today is Lincoln Loud is NSL X-Man, a Loud House and Marvel crossover with the X-Men. Now this person, to their credit, actually does something kinda unique with this one. Let me read this bio for you really quick. What if Lincoln really was bad luck? What if that was his power? And what if some of his sisters were also mutants? And what if they met the adopted kid of Gambit and Rouge? Okay, I am not too familiar with the Marvel comics or X-Men comics, so I don't know if that's like an actual thing or if they just made that up for the, for the story. Actually, you know what? I'm looking that up. Okay, so I looked it up, and yes, Gambit and Rogue did apparently have kids at one point in the comics. One of them is this chick named Rebecca LeBow. I think I butchered that. Someone please correct me on that pronunciation in the comments, please. And they also have this other kid named Oliver Raven, which looks to be the adopted kid of Gambit and Rouge. In fact, I think I found the same art that the person writing this fanfic used for their cover. But yeah, that was interesting. The more you know, I suppose. Anyway, the writing on this is, well, God forbid. Like, seriously, is it really that hard to just paragraph your writing? This is the first thing they teach you in English, people. I honestly can't stand fanfictions like this. Like, that just makes it unreadable for me. Alright, I've had enough. I'm gonna stop before I get an aneurysm trying to read this. Okay, so before I end off the video, once again, please don't go out of your way to attack any of the people mentioned in this video. And also, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you to not write fanfictions like this. If you wanna cross the Loud House over with like Halo or some shit like that, go ahead and do just that. And if any of the people that I mentioned in this video end up somehow watching this video, just know I'm not trying to like discourage you from writing stories like this again or anything like that. This was just my like opinion on them and how I think it can be improved. But yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna head on out. If you liked the video, please consider liking, maybe even consider subscribing if you'd like more content like this. And also, there are a lot of other NSL fanfics that I could talk about, so I could maybe do a part 2, so let me know if you're interested in that. Anyone watching this video, if you're interested in a part 2 to this. This has been strange, but yep, that's really all I have to say, so I'll see ya.